Hi, I'm Lisa Hostetler Brown. Thanks for joining us for Legally Speaking with LawyerLisa. Today we have a special guest. We have Miss Lillie Hunter here with us, and she's going to talk a little bit about her actual experience with LawyerLisa. So thank you so much for coming today, Lillie.
Oh, it's my pleasure to tell everyone about my experience with you. I don't know what I would have done without your team, and it really was a team. When my husband had his first stroke, he recovered from that, but there was a process. You know, we were at a local hospital, and everyone knew us, and so things were, you know, they went fairly smoothly. And I realized after that, we needed all legal papers because in case something happened out of town, we needed to have all of our ducks in a row. So it was recommended that I look at an elder care lawyer because of our age. And when I met with your team, and I felt like I was at the right place where I needed to be. All the questions that you asked, all the information that I got, that you received from me, and you know, you worked with me on my husband's situation after his second stroke, because before that I had been trying to do some paperwork on my own to try to help his situation and do what we needed to do, you know, for his health care and his finances. And I was getting a lot of, well, we need more of this, we need more information, we need more information. But your people asked me for all the information that you needed, and things just went very smoothly after I got in touch with your team. I had 2 of your people on speed dial whenever I needed something. And like in the process of his second stroke, the caseworker, you know, they were having a hard time placing him, and your person, you know, was instrumental in helping me know that there is a possibility, you know, there is help on the way, and we're going to get this straightened out for you. Otherwise, I would have wondered, you know, where is this going? You know, with his situation where he couldn't do anything for himself, you know, is this a situation where I need to think about trying to bring him home, you know, with caregivers? But I knew, you know, with my health, that it wasn't going to be a good situation. So, you know, your person that I had on speed dial took care of it for me.
So what did it mean to you to have the LawyerLisa team there to support you during this?
Less stress, because I have my own health issues, and I felt like my husband had a lot of family members that loved him, but they were all working, so it was kind of left to me. And I don't know what I would have done without, you know, especially 2 people that I had on speed dial to get things done. You know, all the paperwork done, and you know, all the financial work done, and prepared for, you know, if anything happened to either one of us, things would be, and you know, our legal situation would be in proper order.
So if you had any advice for somebody who's going through something similar to what you went through, maybe they have a spouse that's ill that they're concerned about and they're not sure exactly what to do, what advice would you give them? If
they're at the age where they can or need to get in touch with an elder care lawyer, and I have, you know, I felt like I was at the right place, you know, the rapport between you and your team. I felt like a person, not just a person who was signing a contract and writing you a check. So that makes a difference. You need to get all your, I won't get into specifics, but you know, all the legal papers in order, so that while you're in this position, in the hospital, in a other healthcare facility, or you know, rehab facility, then everything is in place to take care of you, the caregiver, things at home, and the person who's going through, you know, this health crisis. You all are aware of things that we, you know, the general public, have no clue about. You know all of the things that we need, all the things that we need to do. And you asked me a lot of questions, and we did a lot of paperwork, and thank God for that. You know, it ended up being exactly what I needed for my situation. And, you know, from beginning to end, I thank you. And I'm not just a person who, you know, who's in the past for you. You know, I get a card periodically, you know, during certain holidays, thanking me, and thinking about me, and I appreciate that. I feel like a person, not just a contract number.
Oh, well, we do care about you. You're so wonderful. And again, thank you so much for sharing your story with everyone. We really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching this episode of Legally Speaking with Lawyer Lisa. We hope this has been some helpful information, and we thank Miss Lillie Hunter for sharing her story. Thank you.